Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome back to the video. Welcome back to the channel. Um, so yesterday we talked a little basketball. Today we definitely gonna talk some UFC. So, just getting back into UFC. I've always been watching for years and years and years. Um, want to bring y'all some picks for the night. I looked at, I'm in a slave state in Texas, so I don't get to use FanDuel. I don't get to use DraftKings. We have to use Bovada. I'd rather be American, but we can't do that right now. So just looking at some of the odds and some of the best picks, I think this is first of all just looking at the card, looking at the main card. I think this is one of the most how do I word it? This has a lot of parity. It's one of the most even cards I've ever seen because, and I say that because I actually want to go for a lot of the underdogs here. Like the underdogs here are really good underdogs. Starting with the main event, Cheeto Vera, Marlon Vera. I mean, last time I checked, there was some whatchamacallits. O'Malley messed up his ankle, but Cheeto won that last fight. To be a 2-1 underdog, a 2-1 underdog, I think that's a very good bet. I think Benoit, I don't know if I'm saying right, Saint Denis. I looked at his fights again. I haven't been looking at it lately, but I'll show y'all how I look at things. And I don't bet on UFC a lot, but when I did and do, it's mostly successful. In the UFC, I like to look at strength of schedule. Who have you fought? Who did you beat? And how did you beat them? Because you can win a fight. Was it a decision? Was it a knockout? Was it a flash knockout? Sometimes a first round knockout. We've always wanted to see Conor versus Jose Aldo again, just to see if maybe that first round knockout was a little bit of a fluke. We saw with DC knocking out Stipe that in the second and third fight things went a little different. So strength of schedule is always what I like to look at. I look at Benoit Saint Denis. I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm just saying how I know to say it. Um, how I think to say it. And he beat Matt Favola, and I like Matt Favola. I really like Matt Favola, but Matt Favola is not at the level or the tier of Dustin Poirier. And looking at everybody he beat, he hasn't beat anybody. This is his first time stepping into this tier. Um, so either it's gonna happen or it's not. But to be a 2-1 favorite against Dustin Poirier, who is definitely in the highest tier of the lightweight division, that has been for years and years now. Unless this is the going away party for Dustin Poirier. I like plus 185 Dustin Poirier. The next fight, Michael Page, Kevin Holland. I like Kevin Holland. I like Michael Page. I think Kevin Holland will probably have to break out a little bit of wrestling. He didn't against Wonder Boy, and I think MVP Michael Venom Page is the person to not play around with. If you played around with Wonder Boy, it probably would be a bad idea to play around against Michael Venom Page. So since I don't think they have the same style, um, but I think they have a very similar style, similar enough. I think plus 107 again. I think the underdog is just great. Plus 107 for MVP. I mean, how many times we seen MVP lose in MMA, and look at the level in which he lost to when we did see him lose. So next thing, uh, Jack Del Maddalena, Jack Della Maddalena versus Gilbert Burns. This is another thing, just like the Saint Denis deal and Poirier. Let me type in Jack actually. Um, Again to give y'all a better understanding on how I do this. I wish I know how to put the screen up so you can see what the hell I got going on. But um, I know Madeline is a very, very from what I've heard, he's a top prospect. Let me see if I can. I'm sorry, I should have had all this ready. He's a top prospect. Let me go to his fights real quick. But again, this is Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is at a high, high level. So the last person he beat was, first of all, the last. Wait, he hasn't fought O'Malley Vera. So he hasn't fought since 2023, and you coming back against Gilbert Burns. Okay, so the last person he beat was Kevin Holland in a decision. and he beat Randy Brown. Yeah, this is just another one of those things. I just have to go Gilbert Burns. I have to go with experience. Again, unless this is a going away party, just like it is for Dustin Poirier, for Gilbert Burns plus 135 is what I'm gonna go with. Same thing with Song Yadong, Peter Yan. Actually, this is the reverse thing with Song Young and Peter Yan is what I'm going against. I'm going against Peter Yan being maybe he's not it. Maybe he's a little washed. Song Yadong has been Yadong song. I'm saying Song Yadong. He's been very exciting, very up and coming. I think on this one I may go the opposite way and go with Song Yadong. I know I've been saying that. I think Peter Yan actually for the -40 is a very safe bet. To me, this is me going against the grain by picking Song Yadong. All the other ones, I don't feel like I'm going against the grain. I feel like I'm picking Gilbert Burns and Michael Venom Page and Dustin Poirier and Cheeto Vera to win. I don't feel like that's going against the grain. The Cheeto Vera one, you can probably put that. I would put that more in the category with the Peter Young Song Yadong one too. I think it may be a little against the grain, but I'm gonna go with Yadong again. I know we have underdogs and favorite for a reason, but geez, I don't like the reasons. So Curtis Blaze and Yelchin Almeida. So Almeida before the last fight, I was super high on, and actually I don't like him at heavyweight. Maybe he doesn't like to cut down to 205 anymore. He seems very strong at either weight, but he was gassed in the last fight, and now he's going against Curtis Blades. I actually don't like this fight. I don't like this mindset for this fight either way because you went from Almeida looking non-impressive in the last fight, and you throw him against Curtis Blades. So plus 105 for Curtis Blades. I don't know what's up if I'm seeing anything different, but plus 105 for Curtis Blades seems like a pretty good deal, seeing as how Almeida looked. He's a grappler, and Curtis Blaze is a huge grappler slash wrestler. So um I don't know what we getting on this, but plus 105 just seems like the better deal to picking Curtis Blades. Macy Barber, Caitlin Chukagian, Chukagian, yeah. I'll go Macy Barber. She's just been more consistent in the last couple fights. She looks crazy. She's like she's on a dog. She's on a run. Um in the last fight, I'll go. I don't want to go across the whole fucking card. Um, Gamrot versus Rafael dos Anjos, and I think you wouldn't bet on this fight at all because betting for -450. I mean, you don't win nothing. Um, let's see. What is -450? So if it's -450, you bet $50, you will win $11. So I don't think that's much of a bet. I think if I would bet, I think plus 350 for Rafael dos Anjos looks pretty good. But again, I wouldn't bet on this fight at all. And let me look up Rafael dos Anjos' last couple fights. I don't remember when the last time he fought. Feel like he's kind of picking and choosing his, fights. It's a short. So he lost to Vicente Luque. He beat Barberena. See, yes, that's different. Morcano, that's 2022. He hasn't fought much either. Last time he fought was August. Yeah, I wouldn't bet this fight at all. So, those are my picks for UFC 299. There's some things I wouldn't bet on. I'm usually not a big underdog type of guy, even though I like getting the best deal. But if you telling me that Michael Venom Page is an underdog and Dustin Poirier is an underdog and Cheeto Vera is an underdog 2-1 and Gilbert Burns is an underdog, if I tell you that, then the opponent gotta be a champion. If 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 Gilbert Burns is an underdog, he must be fighting um Usman again. You know what I mean? Like I'm just looking at it from a value perspective. If you're telling me Michael Venom Page is an underdog, who is he fighting? He's fighting Kevin Holland. Okay, I like Kevin Holland, but this is more of an even fight to me than underdog money. Dustin Poirier, you telling me Dustin Poirier is damn near 2-1 underdog? Is he fighting Khabib? Is he fighting Connor? Even though he beat Connor, he KO'd him. Is he fighting Connor? Like, who is he fighting for Dustin Poirier. If you watch if you watch UFC, you know what I mean when I'm saying this. And Cheeto Vera and Sean O'Malley, I get it, 2 to 1. I get it. I get that. I get that kind of like again, like the song you don't song. I get that 2 to 1. And actually with this, I would put this on the like the Gamrot or Sanyos. I wouldn't bet on this at all. If you're gonna bet on it, take who you want. I'm gonna take Marlon Vera because I just like the 2 to 1 price. Um, I'm just gonna make a big stupid parlay. I don't care. I wouldn't tell y'all to do it. Bet one by one. Bet singles. Do not bet parlays. I'm just betting a parlay because I'm a idiot. Um, so those are my picks for UFC 249. And again, whenever you bet, you gambling, watch what you're doing. Don't spend all your money. You got bills. Take care of your shit. Let this be the little play money. Instead of buying junk food, you're gonna buy McDonald's. Don't buy the McDonald's. Instead of that pizza you was gonna order and that liquor you was gonna buy, don't buy that. Put half of that 20. Put $25 on a fight, and put the other 25 to your leisure time. Don't go crazy. It's just gambling. Nobody gonna make crazy money doing this. Most people don't. It's 1% of people that do. But these are some good value fights. Holla at your boy. Y'all stay safe. We'll holla.